Yes, sir. We gotta get the music going first off before we get anything. Woo! Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets for sending them punk ass Heat home. I ain't even really got no beef with the Charlotte Hornets. I don't have beef with the Miami Heat, even though in the same division as the Atlanta Hawks. I'm just happy to see that Mr. 43 free throws, Mr. Bullshit 83 points, did all that shit just to miss the playoffs. This man went on a whole podcast tour just to miss the playoffs. He didn't even finish this game. Obviously, LaMelo Ball, grabbed that nigga leg and shit. But I'm just happy to see that we don't have to listen to this nigga go on a podcast parade about how he scored 83 points. But hey, the script writers, they went crazy tonight with the first matchup of the play-in. That's what I like to see. Make sure these things are interesting at the very least, even though I'm not the craziest over the play-in, the little shit they got going on with the play-in. But yeah, Ricky said it best, man. They went crazy with the game, the Hornets and the Heat. Boy, we bike. What's good, Jerry? What's up with you? What's up with you, Sham? Might be Shyam, I don't know. But we bike with it, man. We got the Blazers trailing 7-14 against the Suns right now. But yeah, a quick little recap of that first game. Bam Adebayo, like I mentioned, missed the rest of the game, injured his back. LaMelo Ball grabbed his ankle. Kobe White was balling in his home state. Mind you, he went to UNC, obviously plays for the Hornets now. It was a 3-point shooting fest like most NBA games, but this one, it was bad in regulation. Down before probably, I say them last few minutes in regulation, it wasn't as bad, but overall, it was bad from that aspect. Funny enough, the Hornets started the season not the best. They look like the typical losing season incoming, but they turned it around, went on a 31-9 win-loss record post All-Star, if I recall. Very similar to the Panthers in the essence of they both started off with losing records to start the season, and they both made the playoffs. Only difference being the Panthers weren't going win, 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 win. No, it was like win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. But they eventually made the playoffs and beat some good teams, of course. Heat, they trailed by 10. Then they made a run in the fourth quarter, make things close. Davion Mitchell, he was cooking. Obviously, Tyler Hero was doing his thing in the fourth quarter and the overtime, except when it mattered. Con Knipple struggled today. And there was a few shots that had got rimmed out, Pause. Definitely for Miami. And that Miles Bridges layup got a little bit of assistance. Stay tuned for the YouTube short while I break all that shit down. But here we are. 16-13 Phoenix over the Blazers right now. What's good, Daryl Jones? Said the weakest 83 points in NBA history. I agree. I 100% agree. Said great game, great scripting. I'm going to say this right now. Adam Silver. Don't you pull that shit where you start having your star players get hurt in the playoffs, in the first round, in the second round, in the semis, in the goddamn finals, conference. Don't be doing that shit. Because that's the problem with the NBA is that right there. I will say this. The NFL, they don't really have this issue when they have star players battling injuries and shit in between games, or are they questionable going into it. At the very least, they gonna play more times than not. For the NBA, nah, they be like, nah, fuck that. He wanted the face of the league. Nah, he gonna be hurt in the first round. You gonna have to suffer watching some nigga you gotta Google start or some backup you would never put in on 2K. But hey, so far, so good. Don't fuck it up, Adam, because you know you like to fuck shit up when shit going good. Or when shit seems like it's about to turn the corner, you do some stupid shit and fuck it all up. Jerry says Celtics Thunder NBA Finals. I prefer anybody over the Thunder because SGA foul baiting ass. That shit is so goddamn annoying. Because he don't need to do that shit. That's what really pissed me off about him. There's no need for him to be foul baiting like he can. The nigga can hoop for real. The Hornets versus Pistons, this is what they want, especially when you look at what happened last Friday when LaMelo Ball was talking shit to Beef Stew. They were talking about don't shake the coach's hands, referring to Isaiah Stewart talking to JB Bickerstaff, saying don't shake the coach's hand. They got a rivalry going. Okay, they cooking. They cooking right now. Temporarily cooking. They letting it sizzle a little bit. Lorenzo said he wanted a Pistons and Hornets first round matchup. If they smart, that's what they go ahead and do. I know the Hornets have to play another game. It's the winner between Orlando and Philadelphia. For this game, of course, Dame Lillard's been out all season, but somehow could win the 3-point shooting contest, which that's suspect as fuck. We know why. Dylan Brooks is back in trolling menace fashion. That's what we need for the playoffs. Steph Curry, he's back for the dubs, make things entertaining. Because let's be real, Steph Curry's an entertaining basketball player. It's not just him shooting from the logo. It's the nigga can cross you up too. They ain't gonna do shit though, but Steph's exciting to watch. Detroit, they got Cade Cunningham back. JT came back for Boston just in time for the playoffs. Again, Adam Silver. Don't you pull that injury shit with any of these people I'm naming right now. Don't do it. Bam Adebayo, that was perfectly fine, so he could shut the fuck up. Knicks Hawks. This one you already know. I can't wait for this shit. Anytime they meet up in the playoffs, the shit is thrilling. I wish Trae Young was still there for obvious reasons because he'd always shit on the Knicks in the Garden, especially talk his shit to the fans, talk his shit to Spike Lee. It don't matter. Talk his shit to Jalen Brunson, Cat. It don't matter. But interesting enough, this season the point differential in their 3 matchups has been 3-2 and 3. Should be a close one. Cavs play the Raptors. Neither team really doing shit for real. James Harden's cursed. We know this. If this goes to game 7, just expect Harden to disappear like usual. All the glazing he getting talking about James Harden and improved on defense and shit. That's cool. If it's game 7, you're going to see the same bullshit, except he's going to be missing a bunch of shots. Philly Orlando, they play on Wednesday, like I mentioned before. Both had underwhelming seasons so far. OKC, San Antonio, the new rivalry we need in the West. Chet versus Wemby. Bring that shit back. Make sure in the playoffs they cross paths. If you don't, it is pure and utter malpractice. Denver faces an old foe in Minnesota. Can Ant-Man finally get over the hump? Or is it just a Jokic dominance like we're used to seeing? Which I'm cool with that. I ain't going to hold you. Lakers play the Rockets. KD versus Bron. Different uniforms. Obviously, we know the history between the two in the playoffs, whether it be OKC, Miami, Golden State, and Cleveland. They cross paths yet again. Luka and AR-15, they out indefinitely. Say it again, indefinitely. That means Bron going to have to do more than flop. He's going to have to do more than stat pad. He's going to have to, quote-unquote, carry the team like his so-called fans like to say. They ain't going to do shit anyway. They already gave LeBron his meaningless individual records, the bubble chip, the in-season tournament cup. Oh, yeah, and his son on the same team as him. That nigga ain't seeing no more rings. It's over with. He just playing because, what did he say? I just want to be alive, or I just want to live, when they asked about retirement. Clippers, can they fully turn their season around and actually make the playoffs, not the play-ins? You know, they had the CP3 drama, the slow start. Things turned around, especially when they got rid of James Harden. Kawhi came back balling. Right now, he's dealing with a wrist and ankle injury, but he's supposed to play. Don't fuck it up, Adam Silver and Kawhi. Play like your life depends on it. See, until you see the Knicks and the Lakers lose, this is your NBA Finals. So you glad LaMelo Ball went for the layup instead of shooting the 3, went down by 1 point. Say Knicks gonna beat the Hawks. You said the Hawks was trash, Ricky. So I ain't forget that shit, bro. While they was on a winning streak. So you want the Hawks to win, but you have to see it to believe it. I feel comfortable about this series between the Hawks and the Knicks. Next round, whoever they play, might be a different conversation. This one, I feel decent about. Glad you that wannabe Reggie Miller is with the team that's not in the playoffs this year. Chet versus Victor gonna be a great rivalry. The crazy part is Chet ain't talking shit. It's just Wemby throwing shots, like how they asked about the defensive player of the year between Stephen Castle and on the ballot, obviously Wemby, and then somebody mentioned Chet. The media laughed. They already knew why because they know how Wemby feels about Chet. Chet was like, "Oh, so just Stephen Castle." I want them to both get into it and talk that shit. So based on the way the pattern has been going, should an American-born star win the finals this year? Let's see. We had a Canadian last year. Year before that was JT, an American. Before that was that Steph? No, it was Jokic, then Steph. I'm going to reverse. I wouldn't necessarily bank on that. The league has way too many international players at this point for them to do the alternate from this one to that one. If anything, they might do something like large market, small market, teams winning the finals, alternating years, or some shit like that. Because that was supposed to be the matchup, but Tatum's injury made them go with the Pacers instead of Boston. Speaking of which, man, Tyrese Halliburton, they said this man had what, shingles? That's the last thing I expect from an adult is shingles in 2026. They're talking about that man Halliburton because he got a little chubby round here. Looking like he been drinking that lean, if anything. West Conference playoffs is mid this year. Now the Eastern Conference is going to be lit. They off to a right start so far. We don't know. On paper, it might look mid, but we don't know. You know these script writers can make this shit entertaining, make this shit go to 6 games, 7 games. It don't matter. So we gonna see. I'm curious though. We gonna see. Right now, the Suns up 24 to 19, 25 to 19 after the made free throw. I really don't care to see the Suns or the Blazers in the playoffs. And with the Blazers, it's funny because of the whole Chauncey Billups shit that happened at the beginning of the season with the gambling and all that. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Mm. I feel like it ain't the playoffs if Drew Holiday ain't playing in it. It don't matter the jersey, but that man gonna make it to the playoffs. Ricky said the Western Conference is better than the Eastern Conference by a long shot. I don't know. The only series that I really don't care to see too much would be the Raptors and the Cavaliers. Even if it ends up close, I'm just not too interested in it. I'm not really interested in the Cavaliers like that, even with James Harden. It's just they really an afterthought to me for real. It's gonna be hard to tell. See what two teams go to the Super Bowl, nigga. We not talking about NFL. If I ever said, yeah, who's my finals matchup? Spurs out the West, out of the East. East a little bit more wide open. I want to see them go against the Celtics so bad. I'd love to see that shit. Assuming niggas don't get hurt. JT, Jaylen Brown, Adam Silver. You need the Suns in the playoffs because of Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks is redeemable. I will give you that. Especially in the playoffs, because that's when he starts ramping up the trolling and the shit talking and the antics. And then it's on the mainstream spotlight now. This ain't regional coverage no more. This the main nationally televised, internationally televised spotlight. Though I low key would at least like to see him troll LeBron one more time, this time in the playoffs. But crank it up. Don't just stare at him during warm up. Nah, I'm gonna need you talking shit to him while they do the little tunnel walkthrough. I'm gonna need Dylan talking shit to somebody on the opposing team, even though they might enter through different tunnels. Opposing team, I'm gonna need him starting shit. I'm gonna need to see a WWE style backstage brawl from Dylan Brooks and another player before a game. That's what the fuck I want to see. That the rest of the West gonna be mid. Talking about matchups. I think the Raps beat the Cavs in 7 games. Hey, you already know 7 is an unlucky number for James Harden. So, like I said, expect that man to pull a Houdini and disappear. 27-21, Phoenix. Lakers and Nuggets have a deep roster too, though. Lakers are down 2 of their key players. One of them, obviously being Luka. Man was going crazy. Not to say he couldn't come back soon and say the Lakers won a series against the Rockets or whatever. But right now, it's all on the shoulders of a 40-something-year-old man. A 40-something-year-old man, and he just had another former athlete from a different sport, like we've seen before. Talk about that man on them roids. This time it wasn't a big name. It wasn't like a Jeff Teague. It wasn't a Shao Sonnen. I don't even remember the nigga name. I just know he had 3 tackles in the NFL. But still, obvious points. What 40-something-year-old do you know is playing like that for real? So you don't think the NBA scriptwriters gonna let KD beat LeBron 3 times, but you never know. It wouldn't really amount to shit though, because it's just like, wow, you beat him in a playoff matchup. So it really wouldn't do much. Because we know what the verdict is for Kevin Durant. It's not gonna be the finals with the fucking Rockets. That would be, if they did, that would be documentary worthy when you factor in them leaked tweets where he was talking shit about his teammates. I would need a full 30 for 30 about that. 31-29, Blazers trail by 2. Say LeBron trash for real. You know it. You hope the Nuggets get their revenge on the T-Wolves. I just want that series to be good. Close. I need, again, playoff time. I want to see niggas talking shit. The fake back and forth shoving shit. Give me some real fight, some punches thrown. Give me that. It don't really got to be malice in the palace, but throw some punches. I need to see somebody get ejected for something besides talking shit, or besides staring somebody down, or whenever these refs be feeling themselves and just want to make themselves the center of attention. I'ma need some fight. Pure carnage. Some chair shot. Somebody grab a chair from the motherfucking bench. Swing it on somebody. Wolves Nuggets going all 7 if they smart. I say out of all the teams I care the least about to see, Orlando's at the highest on that list. Philadelphia, I can't stand Embiid. I can't stand him. Paul George, I used to rock with him, but then he been on some bullshit. Ever since that Dame Lillard shot. And if he dropped 30, he dropped 40. Shit, if he dropped 20, drug test his ass right after the game. Say, okay, seeing Spurs going to have a cakewalk in the first round. I say this, though. They do like to do this shit where sometimes the obvious seed that should win loses the first game, and it makes you question, oh, shit, who's really going to win the matchup? And then the team that we know should really win that motherfucker. Cranks it up on games 2, 3, 4, and 5 and beat them 4-1. Because they like to play the team that they're playing, they play more recently, they more in rhythm, the higher seed teams, they done had rest, all that other shit. But first round shouldn't be an issue. Adam Silver, I mean this shit. I seriously mean this shit. Again with them fake injuries. Don't be stupid and make some shit up where Wemby gets hurt. Seriously, don't be fucking stupid. This nigga is gonna be the face of the league, if not on that track, after all the OGs is out the league, from the Stephs, the KDs, LeBrons, etc. Don't be fucking stupid, Adam Silver. And for Wemby, protect your goddamn knees, because boy, them bitches is fragile. But Adam Silver, don't be fucking stupid. I know that's impossible, but don't be fucking stupid. They Thunder going back to back. They'll be the first team since the 2017 Warriors to go back to back. I don't know if they really doing that, man. I really don't see them going back to back. Could they make a deep push to the WCF? Sure. But I don't think they're going all the way to win that motherfucker. I think we're in an era now where we're not going to see all these back-to-backs. We damn sure ain't going to see what we saw with the Warriors anytime soon, where this team just stacks the team and then gets a mega superstar on top of already being a team that don't won a championship, like on some KD shit. So I think they're gonna spread it around a little bit more. This ain't like the NFL where you got the goddamn Chiefs winning 3 Super Bowls in 5 years or shit. This ain't that. That is the one thing I will give Adam Silver credit for, is at the very least, it's not always the same teams in the mix. We went through that rough patch with the Cavs and the Warriors, and they diversified. You got some Canadian representation in there with the Raptors. You got OKC in the Midwest / Canadian representation with SGA. You got the fucking Pacers in the finals, even though they didn't win. You got a dynastic franchise in the Celtics winning one. We ain't gonna count that bubble shit though. We not gonna do that. You got the Nuggets with Jokic. You got a ring under his resume. Smaller market NBA team. Okay, I'll give you that. But again, how many star players was hurt in all these playoffs? I ain't talking about the teams that won and might have had a cakewalk to the finals, but in general, how many of them have star players out? Because it was bad last year, especially if you wore number 0 and you was a star player. If Golden State and LAC meet OKC, Adam Silver will make that go 6. Got to milk that money. Golden State, yeah, they can make that 6. Clippers, I don't know if they make that 6. Oh, snap, the Blazers up 36-33. Good finish. How many playoff games am I going to live stream for this playoffs? I don't know. It really just depends on availability of the day. So they got way too many games, especially in the first round, for me to live stream every last one of these motherfuckers. Especially when you got like what, 4 or 5 games in a day. No, nigga, I got other shit to do. Giannis in the Bucks, yeah, that's another small market team. Giannis in the Bucks in 2021. I wasn't the craziest for this one, but at least it was a new team. I just didn't like the whole obsession with the Giannis free throws, the bumping his points up from 49 to 50, but really the free throws, because Giannis be taking forever to shoot them goddamn free throws. And they really robbed us of the Nets in that one too, because we never really got to see the full squad with Kyrie Irving, James Harden, KD. If I recall, they only played 16 games together, which is insane. And of course, part of it was the you know what I'm saying, with Kyrie Irving sitting out them games and shit. So, do I see the Hornets winning a chip anytime soon? No. Fuck no. I don't see it. Nice. Ooh, okay. 12-2 run, last 2 minutes, 16 seconds for the Blazers. That was a nice ooh. Okay, Sharp. I see you playing Sharp out there. I fuck with it. But there are some teams, even though they are more open to, smaller market teams in the NBA that I just don't see it with. Hornets being one of them, the Jazz, Atlanta, NBA standards, I consider it smaller market. City-wise, obviously not. I don't see it. That'd be nice. I know Atlanta be turned with that shit. I just don't see it. The Knicks, no. No. B-Fire will tell you, you ask him about the Knicks. The Knicks, no. Forget about it. Clippers, definitely forget about that shit. Because I remember people were saying for years that the Clippers were going to win the NBA championship, especially the year they had before the bubble shit, when the season was going regular. The Clippers were one of the teams people was high on because, they had Kawhi Leonard and all that shit. But they ain't winning. They ain't winning shit. Celtics beating the Mavs was probably the easiest cakewalk. That one's up there. That one's definitely up there. The biggest slap in the face was the fact that how badly they got beaten Dallas just to win on their home court. And everybody saw through that shit. It don't matter who you was. Because it's like Boston been winning all these games against Dallas in the finals. And then all of a sudden, you getting destroyed by the Mavericks. Knowing you already up three games to nothing. Like we already know what's going on. You already know you want to get this shit at home. Ain't fooling nobody. I got one big gripe though. Not about the Celtics, not about them playing the Mavericks. During that damn overtime game between the Hornets and the Heat, I'm glad they didn't resume play yet, but Prime had some random technical difficulties in a crucial point in the game. I hope that's not a regular thing. I don't know if it's too many people streaming it at the same time. I don't know what, but y'all can't be having that shit. Not at that point in time in the game, especially. If you want to do this shit during commercials, fine. I don't care. So the Rockets win, they losing to OKC in 4 to 5 games. You already know what that storyline gonna be. Going into that matchup, if they do play each other, is the most obvious thing in the world. It's a story that writes itself. And actually, you know what? It would be funny if that did happen. OKC won, and then the next year somehow Kevin Durant landed on OKC. That'd be the funniest shit in the world. Suns team went 64-18, got blown out by the Mavericks in Game 7. That looked like a 2K mismatch, man. That shit was atrocious. It was a 40-point ass whooping. Game was over with by, I can't even say halftime. Before halftime, that game was over with. And I remember I was so hyped for that game going into it. And then I look at this going like, oh, hell no. For a Game 7, that's crazy. That's insane. That's Adam Silver for you. The Thunder blew the Lakers out 3 times. NBA been done with LeBron. Facts. Thunder Rockets did play each other in the first game of the season. That would be very suiting if they ended up the Thunder that is winning that series in OKC. Kevin Durant's season ends where it started. Or I might be wrong. No, it was OKC because they had to do a little ring ceremony. That would be something. Full circle moment. Mm. Got 3 from Book. 43-39. Got 16 points, 6-8 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. So far, this game been pretty close. I can't complain about it too much. Even if it's two teams I really don't care for. I'm gonna need Dylan Brooks to step his shit up in the trolling department, though. I don't care how many points you score. I'm gonna need you to elbow somebody, trip somebody, grab somebody, angle, do what LaMelo Ball did to Bam Adebayo. I don't care. These niggas arguing about. So that man thought the Lakers would smoke the T-Wolves last year. The Lakers have a better team than the Rockets do. Would you care less if the Rockets beat the Lakers? If Bronny James see the Florida Lakers are really cooked, more cooked than they already are. 48-41. Blazers. What's good with you, Noah? He said the Hornets were playing like shit. They looked like they were trying to let the Heat win. And Magna Ball was going crazy with Miles Bridges and Wiggins having 4 threes each. I'm going to say this about the Hornets. In that fourth quarter, that's when shit got a little suspect for a second. I was like, come on, bro. And then, of course, Brandon Miller had that crazy. It wasn't Brandon Miller, my bad. Kobe White had that crazy 3. Giving a new meaning to Kobe. Imagine thinking a team is better than the other in a rig sport. I mean, if you look at it from a top-down perspective, that's pretty fucking clear for some of these teams. For example, you could take a team as horrible as the Pacers. You'd have to be a dumbass to think that they're actually a better team than, say, the Celtics or the Spurs or some shit. Like, there are some teams that clearly they're a better team. It's just a matter of, obviously, how they have the outcomes play. Like, it don't take a genius to know that the Nets with KD, Kai, and Harden was a better team than the Bucks. Obviously, things worked out the way they were. Them niggas up by 11. God damn. And don't forget about the Rockets, who went 65-17 and missed 27 straight in Game 7. That was the wildest lid on a basket I've ever seen. 27 straight, and they missed them hoes. What's good with you, Kayla? What's up with you, man? That one, though, I ain't gonna lie. I really wanted the Rockets to win that shit because at this point, I was tired of the Warriors' little run they had with Kevin Durant. I was like, man, go ahead and beat these dudes. Go ahead. This would have been before the Phoenix Suns. That would have been CP3's best chance to win a ring. First father son to play in the playoffs together. It's gonna be one of them quick sub situations. He's gonna get subbed in for like some free throws and get subbed right back out for the history aspect of things. You know how that shit is. Mm-hmm. I did find that interesting too. I was like, that's funny as fuck. Hey, shout out to him, man. You know, UNC alum. Shout out to him, Kobe White. Playing his ass off out there. What they do in the next game, different conversation. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Also, LaMelo Ball, if for some reason you cross paths with the Sixers, that same thing you did to Bam Adebayo, might want to recreate that with Embiid. I'm just saying. If you're around him and somehow he looked like he toppling over, he might step on you. Just raise your hand up and just oops. I ain't know your ankle was there. I ain't saying hurt him, but I'm just saying, like, if he were to miss the rest of the game, I wouldn't be too mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking be. So only one CP3 is winning the ring, and that's the one who was at the Celtics. Hell no, boy. Shit, that's funny as fuck. But nah, he one of them lovable loser type of players, man, or was, before he retired. I don't want to call James Harden a lovable loser. He got the MVPs and all these other individual accolades and shit. But it's something. He gonna be another one too. Harden gonna be in the same boat as CP3. Great player, Hall of Famer. No rings to show for it. So it was the first team Kobe Bryant was drafted by, and it wasn't the Lakers. We already know who that is. Anybody, especially by now, as many documentaries and videos has been made about him, people should know who drafted him. People should know it wasn't LA. Most people really should know that shit by now. That's like most people should know that Shaq didn't start his career with the Lakers. It might get a little foggy when you start looking at the teams after the Miami Heat about like who he was with. Because he'd have filled out the whole damn rainbow. He's with the Suns, the Cavaliers, the Celtics. The Celtics one really just looked off. He was rocking with 36. It just didn't look right. Along with the team he was playing with, due to how popular he got with his second team. That Cavs one was weird as fuck too. So the Lakers, by prediction about the Lakers, been spot on for years. Been telling dudes their first round exits every year since they done with LeBron. The biggest nail in the coffin for LeBron, as far as what is going to happen to him in the playoffs, was when they lost to the Nuggets in that Western Conference Finals. And it wasn't just the fact they lost; it was how they lost. They got their ass whooped, game after game after game after game. There might have been one close game, but the rest they was getting their ass waxed. That's when it was abundantly clear that LeBron, we done with you. We'll give you the scoring title, the scoring record. We'll give you these bullshit records about how you the first player to do this, or you got the most straight games was 10 plus points. So even though that's some bullshit, and there's people who've been debunked that. But all this other bullshit, meaningless bubble chip, the fucking in-season cup, like I mentioned before. And then, of course, Bronny. That was the most obvious shit. So this notion that he gonna get one more and ride off in the sunset super hot, no, that shit is not happening. He is not Tom Brady. And even then, Tom Brady didn't go out Super Bowl champion. That nigga retired. They had to drag his ass back just to not make it back to the Super Bowl. Nope, and Atlanta didn't draft Trae Young. Sometimes I wonder though how that would have played out if they never made that trade. If Luka stayed in Atlanta, I don't know how old he was when he got married. I know he recently had a divorce and shit. But if he played in Atlanta, that marriage probably would have never happened, and that divorce would have been a hell of a lot quicker. Trae Young in Dallas probably wouldn't have made it to the finals. Actually, there would have been complications because Kyrie's a point guard and shit. Cause Kobe White hit the three to send in overtime. I mean, shit, yeah, that. And again, he the North Carolina boy playing at home. So the elites is waiting for LeBron James to retire. That's why LeBron playing so long. He don't want to retire. He saw what the fuck happened to Kobe after he retired. But he had 5 years, and then it was like, all right, man. You think about this. The public scandal that Kobe had obviously was worse than any public scandal that LeBron has had so far. So imagine what the fuck they're gonna bring up when he does retire. Even if they don't off him. Because we ain't forget about that Cappy Pondexter shit. The script writers don't want white dudes in Atlanta. Unless your name is Kirk Cousins. That's the only time. And they said, nah, let's send him to another party city. Let's send a nigga to Vegas. But nah, that shit crazy though. When you really think about it, when I think of white players in Atlanta, there's only about 2 in recent years that come to mind. In the past, obviously, Pete Maravich, but I don't even think the Hawks was in Atlanta at this point. Kevin Huerter, Kyle Korver. Those are like the only 2 white dudes that come to mind. I want to say Howard had a little stint with Atlanta too, besides Chicago, but I might be wrong on that. And speaking of the Lakers and the Rockets, there is one matchup that nobody is talking about that is actually going to be interesting, and it's not KD versus LeBron. It is Ayton versus Clint Capella because the shit they've been talking on social media. And Capella hit his first 3 to end the season, which is crazy as long as he's been in the league. Hit his first 3. And Capella, he did his thing in that game. I want to see that shit. I want to see them niggas fight. How far I see the Hawks going in the playoffs. I could that Tiago Splitter? Yeah, it is. He too tall to be a coach. Anyway, how far I see the Hawks going into the playoffs. I could see them going second round to ECF, but you know if they go ECF, they ain't winning that shit. That's like they ceiling. Because every so many years they'll do that shit. They'll have them play the Cavaliers when they have LeBron. We know how that went. They had them playing the Bucks against Giannis when he hyperextended his knee and came back, balling like nothing ever happened. But you know how that shit go. At least better than the Falcons. Okay, he was. Interesting. I know he came from LSU. He stayed in the South then. Damn, that man went from Baton Rouge to Atlanta. Shout out Pistol Pete. To name a white American dude drafted to either ATL teams in the first round. Are you talking NFL too, boy? They drafted O lineman. What you talking about? The obvious position for a white boy to be. What you talking about, dog? 60-51. Blazers up by Nueve. 12 of 20 field goals was at 8 of 19 for Phoenix. Dylan Brooks on the flow. Got his hand wrapped. You ain't doing no trolling, Dylan. You fucking up. I'ma need you to start fucking with people's heads. Untie some nigga's shoelaces like J.R. Smith. Do something. We can't wait to see Flight's reaction when the Warriors lose to the Clippers and hope that happens. I mean, either way, them teams, it's a dead end for both of them. Even if they win, whoever wins that matchup, it's a dead end. It's really a trade off of, do you want to see Kawhi Leonard go off or do you want to see Steph Curry go off? Both different styles. One's a little bit more bumping and bruising. The other is more, shoot up the three, cross the nigga out. He got the crazy layups and shit. Me personally, I prefer seeing Steph Curry. I think we might have got our best Kawhi showing from that All-Star weekend, though. So do I know who Flight is? Yes, we know who Flight is. Yeah, speaking of Corver, somebody said he got a front office position, or he in the running for a front office position for the Bulls. It's been all down bad for them. I'm talking about, you already know the Jaden Ivey shit. Get rid of people in the front office. They just down bad. They are nothing like the Bears right now. The Bears, they was down this way for a long time and they came back up. The Bulls, it's been this. It's been nothing but this the whole time. They ain't even make it to the play-in like they usually do. But it's been horrible. $63-57. As Jalen Green hit a free throw. How you bump into the? It looked like Jrue Holiday slid. I don't even know how you physically do what the hell Jrue Holiday just did when he bumped into Jalen Green. I've never seen one slide backwards like that on the court into someone the way he did and not necessarily fall. I don't know if they had a wet spot on the court or what, but what the hell? Thought homeboy traveled for a second on that one. That was a good pass though, but I swear that nigga traveled after he did that double between the legs. Mm. Jalen Green with the and one magnetic shot. You already know. 65-61, 1 second left before the half. Something tells me he gonna play a big role in this shit in the second half, especially when it comes to them late threes and shit like we saw Kobe White and how that Charlotte game went. What's good with your OG, triple OG Pontiac in the building? And before I forget, man, hit that damn like button. Elbow drop the like button. Alabama slam the like button. Cold breaker the like button. I would say RKO the like button, but I feel like Pat McAfee would pop up out of nowhere for no fucking reason, and then Jelly Roll will find his fat ass up on the screen somehow. So I can't say that right now. Did the ball travel on the layup? He should have been called for fucking backcourt because they let that shit slide. But you already know what it is over here. Fuck Bam Adebayo. So good they didn't say shit. Fuck the Heat. Fuck Bam. So shout out to the NBA refs for turning a blind eye to something they could have easily called. Shout out to them. I think on my new players I hate list is like LeBron, Embiid, Bam Adebayo. Bam might hop and beat on this list by now at this point. The 83-point game just bumped him up. But it wasn't even the fact of how he got it. It was the fact that this man went on a media parade about it. And it was against the Wizards. So Van Gundy said that too. Yeah, speaking of which, the beginning of that game, not necessarily tip off, they were talking about how the player of the game gets like a what an NFT phone chain, whatever LED, LCD, whatever the fuck that shit was. Why are we giving out chains for playing games, bro? These ain't playoff game chains for playing games. Come on, really? Playing games. Next, they're gonna start giving out trophies for that shit. Ain't no fucking way. Like what? Like if you won that shit, are you really gonna hang that shit up? Like with the rest of your shit, say you won an NBA Finals, an MVP award, I don't know, a six man of the year early in your career, some rookie of the year type shit. Are you really gonna hang up a playing MVP chain, LED chain? Come on, what are we doing? That's something I do have an issue with. That's like how they make a huge spectacle of the ECF finals, how they do the what's the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird awards for the ECF and the WCF. I get it. You won the conference, you go into the finals, you do the usual, hold up the trophy and shit. But then the MVP shit, it's like, come on, chill out. We don't need to do that. Yeah, and he ain't the first player to do no shit like that. The other one I want him to target, he been doing that shit damn near his whole career. Except he'll take it to the extreme and stomp on a nigga. That's what makes it worse. Like he up there with Draymond. That's another one on the hate list too. But he's up there with Draymond Green with it. I don't think he's kicked anyone in the nuts yet. But he done stomped on a nigga. And he ain't no light dude. We thought this man what 290. And when Bam got up though, it didn't even look like he was hurt for real. I know I ain't take halftime first, 65-62 Portland. But I know I didn't take the fall to know physically. But he ain't really look hurt for real when he got up and shit. You keep telling your friend it's not the postseason doesn't start until Saturday. Exactly. This is they filler. And I hope the NFL never gets the idea of doing a play-in. Ever. All right, let me see that replay again of Bam. Okay. Okay. Okay, he did fall on his back and that hardwood floor has no give. I might be wrong. It was definitely deliberate, but okay. Nah, Blake's reaction. Nah, that shit too funny. Draymond Green's another dirty and nasty player too. He is the current poster boy of that shit in the NBA, no question about it. I would, from a dirtiness perspective, I compare him to Ndamukong Suh. Only difference is productivity wise, Ndamukong Suh was way more productive at what he was doing than Draymond is what he's doing. But they kind of wanted the same in that aspect. Because let's see, Draymond kicked the nigga in the nuts. He done stomped on a dude. He done obviously elbowed people and shit. Like, oh yeah, he put a dude in the headlock. I forgot about that shit. He put Frenchman. Rudy Gobert, he put his ass in a headlock. That's right. God damn, Eric Spoelstra got a gray beard and shit. But he got jet black hair. That's crazy. So am I gonna have a meltdown if the NFL make a new rule for playing for the NFL? I wouldn't have a meltdown, but boy, Me and Roger Goodell gonna have a talk. Cause like you already got week 18, but don't get no ideas now. You know, I don't even want to give no ideas. Fuck that. I don't want to give no goddamn ideas. Cause one hears something, then they want to the other want to copy the other. Usually it's the other way around. NBA wants to copy some shit the NFL been doing. Let's expand the playoffs. Let's do a plan. Or worse, this nigga Adam Silver, because I know he already proposed about this anti-tanking shit. He fucks around and makes a draft. I don't even call it play-in, but like a draft tournament, and have the teams that ain't in the playoffs to play around the same time as the play-ins, just for the drama of who's gonna get the number one draft pick. Because I can see Adam Silver doing some stupid shit like that. They think they slick with that little zoom in shit they do with them threes now. They ain't done it on every three, but certain key threes, I noticed they'll do this shit where they'll show like the player shooting the three, you see the basket and everything, and then they'll zoom in on the ball spinning, you don't see nothing else before you finally see it go in. And I want to say that shit really started around the time after Dame Lillard's 37 footer. If the NFL had a playing situation, that'd be more money though, for real. It pushed back the Super Bowl though, because you can't play, back to back the same way you can in football, like you can in basketball. Play, you'd have way too many players hurt, and it'd be a whole conversation about was this a good idea? Is the league playing too many games because they already trying to push from 17 to 18 games and shit? Obviously, the money's there, but the quality wouldn't be. Really, them wild card games would suffer like a motherfucker. So yeah, no, it's just not. It's really not a good idea, and it'd take away from week 18 because then it's like, oh shit, we don't really need to win this game to get in the playoffs. We could just rest our starters and save them for the playing game. So that'd be more money because it's extra games. That's why. Duh. That's simple math. Boy, I done seen it all. They got Crocs commercials. Hell no. But no, I think baseball. I know they did some shit like that during CV19 when they tried like this playing shit or an expanded playoffs. It could work for something like that. Quicker turnaround games. You can play a game the next day. NFL, hell no. Mm-mm. College football, don't think about it. Don't do it. Y'all already got meaningless bowl games. Don't do it. Transfer portals, hell, don't do it. Say anything is possible. See, here's the thing about anything is possible. It's a great quote from Kevin Durant. Very inspirational, especially when you put music to it and all that. But then it opens the door for shit that you know goddamn well ain't gonna happen. And I'm not talking about like the playing games for the NFL and shit. But as far as certain teams winning shit, it opens the can of worms for stupid shit. For example, it could make a motherfucker think that I don't know the fucking Bengals could do good in the NFL this year despite having all these fucking deficiencies on their team. It could open up the door for motherfuckers to think not the Cavaliers but the Clippers could actually win the NBA Finals. it could open the door for motherfuckers think the Jazz could win the NBA Finals. Like, nah. So I wouldn't say anything is possible. Pattern recognition. Fuck anything is possible. Pattern recognition. As in, stop expecting motherfuckers who ain't never done shit, who ain't never showed you they gonna do shit consistently to just suddenly get their shit together. Stop expecting that shit. Plain and simple. This dark ass commercial. What the fuck is? Oh shit! I don't know why I thought it was an alcohol commercial. I saw her walking to this shit. Oh hell, this is a washing commercial. What the fuck? They'd have made a washing commercial bougie. I'll be damned. Mm-mm-mm. But nah, I don't believe that anything is possible to that degree. Next motherfucker's gonna think Bronny James gonna be a multi all-star in the league and gonna be more than a role player. Don't do that. Don't do that. LeBron's fans are annoying enough. I assume that his son has some of those fans too, if not most. Don't do that. Don't be out here giving them hope like that. Don't do that. Don't have them think a 40-year-old motherfucker gonna be winning the finals and shit. Don't do that. How many niggas is SoFi sponsoring right now? You got Jason Tatum, Josh Allen. I forgot who the other NFL one. It might have been Joe Burrow. But they got so many niggas that they get sponsored. It's crazy. Why don't I think that anything is possible within the realm of sports? I just explained it, bro. Pattern recognition. Simple as that. Simple as that. Pattern recognition, dog. For example, man, my favorite NFL punching bag, the Jets, have the worst record in the NFL in the last decade. There is no anything is possible. They're gonna win the Super Bowl. No, you got to be a fucking idiot to think that shit. No, no. You might have a one off here or there where a team gets hot one year and then they go back to relevancy, like a Cleveland Browns or some shit. But no, no, no. There's more to it than just a script, nigga. There's still moving parts and things like that. Front office gotta have their shit together first. If the front office, and this ain't just for the NFL, this is the NBA, hockey, shit, racing. There's not necessarily a front office, but the pit crew, engineers, and all that shit. You gotta have you gotta be in line. You gotta be a unit. So it's more than that. That is all fake and scripted. Scripted, I wouldn't say fake, for the simple fact that whether it be, I don't know, football, niggas still gotta get hit. Sometimes you gotta take a dive and really get fucked up. You really gotta let a nigga knock your block off one time. Basketball, you might have to let a nigga do something dirty to you. Get clothesline. I don't know. Grab your ankle when you about to land and you fall and hit your back. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference between scripted and fake. That's like the same shit when people say wrestling is fake when no motherfucker when you land on that motherfucking canvas, that's plywood. That shit hurts. When the motherfucker hit you with a chair shot, that's a real chair. That shit hurts. When you go through a table, that's a real fucking table. That shit hurts. Predetermined, yes. Not 100% fake. No. Very narrow-minded way of thinking. And it's massively overgeneralized too. What is that shit on his on Drew Holiday's warm up? What is that? They're like a what they it's not man of the year award. Whatever the fuck the equivalent of is the NBA. I don't know. What is that? I've never seen that. Hmm. Interesting. So you got the Clippers and the Warriors tomorrow at 10. Obviously, Phoenix, Portland winner plays the Spurs. Getting fed to the beast. God damn. Then the winner of the 9 and 10 plays the loser of the 7. That shit. They should have made this shit very straightforward. You could make this playing shit very simple. I know why they do it. We starting on a Tuesday, start the playoffs on Saturday. I get it. But this should be very straightforward. Winner of 7 and 8 plays the 2 seed. Winner of 9 and 10 plays the 1 seed. And then from there, obviously, you could adjust your seeding accordingly if you need to. That's all they needed to do. If they were so hell bent on extra games. Or fuck that, Fight Club. Get all of them in a ring. In the arena, whoever, whatever arena you want. It don't matter if it's the Blazers, the Suns. Put all them niggas in a cage. Fight. Whoever's the last conscious person, they team advances to the next level. To the next round. It took 48 years for the Seahawks to win their first Super Bowl, so anything is possible. 40 years is a long time for a team. Nigga, you missing the fucking point. I'm saying, in the years that they have been winning the fucking Super Bowl or even going to the playoffs, they have consistently been a playoff team to an average team if it's an off year. We not talking about some shit that happened 50 fucking years ago. We talking about in the last decade, really longer because Russ been in the league longer than that. 15-ish years. And even before that, Matt Hasselbeck, they even went to the playoffs then, went to the Super Bowl with Matt Hasselbeck. There was still something. The Jets, on the other hand, have been on a 15-year playoff drought. The Cardinals have 7 fucking playoff wins, and they've been around since the 19 goddamn 30s, almost 100 years. Big difference. The Titans, 1 yard away, they ain't done shit since. Falcons, 28-3, ain't done shit since. Again, peep the patterns that are happening. Talking about 48 goddamn years, nigga, please. And you say it like they went to one Super Bowl in that period. They went to multiple. $65-62, start of the second half. Jalen Green out there looking like SGA. Out here trying to foul bait out the gate. Damn, don't let that nigga Debo you got, boy. That ain't the Drew Holiday I know. He got his shit stripped. He got Fleece Johnson. Boy, you ain't the same when you not in the Celtics uniform. I'll be damned. Straight up stole his shit. Pooh Shiesty his shit. Incoming diss snitch track from Drew Holiday. Okay, that was a decent behind the back, even though he got fouled. Brooks got 7 points, 3 fouls. That is very on brand him than 3 fouls. You talking shit to the ref? Okay, that's decent, but I'm gonna need you to redirect that to the players. Talk shit to Drew Holiday. Like he bleeding. I need you to talk shit to him. I ain't even got no beef with Drew Holiday, but damn. Mm. I haven't seen anybody get stripped like that in the NBA game in a minute where they get straight up deboed. Sure, a steal, you dribbling or whatever, you might hit your leg or they get a clean steal, but straight up, give me that shit. Oh boy. Nah, they need to fight. They need to fight. Drew gonna redeem himself. That's the question. Step back three. Nope. Brick. He got Monstar. That nigga missing shots now. 3-point fest. That's normal for a lot of players. I need more than that. That's some shit they do in the regular season. I need them to amp it up. I need Steph Curry throwing mouthpiece levels of crash out to the refs. Who was that? When did CP3 got into it? Was it Scott? It had to have been Scott Foster. It had to have been Scott Foster that one time with I think it was with the Suns. He went off on that ref. Oh no, I'm thinking of shit, who was that? No, it was CP3 and Pat Bev. Of course, Pat Bev, of course. Now I think about it, I doubt Pat's gonna come back to the NBA, of course, but I would have loved to seen Pat Bev get into it with Dylan Brooks. Just two agitating motherfuckers going at it. Same way Pat Bev was going at it with Russell Westbrook all them years. Would have been nice to see, minus the injuries. Would have been nice to see that same level of intensity, that back and forth, or a Dame versus Russ in that series. But they just jawing back and forth that Bay versus LA shit. Dame from the Bay, Russ from LA. 68-62, the Blazers. So the more I keep saying it, then it's probably not gonna happen. I don't know. I remember I said, what's homeboy name? Blake Corum or was it Kyron Williams? One of them niggas when the Rams was playing where they fuck it all up. Might have been the Seahawks. On that Thursday night game, I said, don't fumble, that nigga fumbled. So again, Dylan Brooks, I'm gonna need you to step your shit up. He hear this shit. Same way Randy hear voices in his head. He hear random motherfuckers on the internet his. He hear that. He's like, oh shit, Lobo said I need to step my shit up. I need to start, getting these nigga face and shit. Start really being a pain in the ass. I gotta be like a mosquito trapped in a nigga ear. He know. He know. He just waiting for the perfect moment to do some fuck shit. He know it's early in the third quarter. You gotta save your energy. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Fourth quarter, he gonna be there. He gonna be ready. So was I happy when Mike Vrabel lost Super Bowl because he used to be the Titans? I don't give a fuck. Man, fuck the Titans. I don't give a shit about the Titans. I ain't got no beef with Mike Vrabel. And it's funny, that shit he in the news for. That shit funny as hell. I don't give a fuck about the Titans, dude. But hey, that is the worst paper trail I've ever seen for somebody caught up, bro. Okay, maybe not. Tiger Woods had the worst one. That dumbass left voicemails. But that chick was dogging out her husband so bad, so many times. Out in the marriage, talking about probably gonna get a divorce. My mom talking about the marriage is deteriorating. Oh my god, you got pictures. Niggas got timelines of what the fuck when they checked into the hotel versus what she was saying and shit. And it was like, well, how to destroy a marriage in real time. That's crazy. That's crazy. Damn. And then they pulled up old receipts of somebody is affiliated with the Redskins at the time in the front office that she was her source, and then the dude's wife called her out on Twitter and shit. Boy, what makes you look a lot different in some of these interactions and shit, especially like shit, Rachel Nichols and Jimmy Butler when they do these interviews and shit. Nah, that shit crazy. That's a crazy commercial right there. Hell nah, man. What the fuck? This That's a crazy commercial. I've seen a lot of crazy NFL NBA commercials. That shit crazy. That Jalen Brunson shit. That man mid jump shot, slow mo, nigga pull out his phone, text and shit, get back, pick the ball back up. Nah, that shit crazy. That's a whole 2K glitch. That's what they lacking in the NBA now. I think like decent commercials. They lacking that shit so much. Mm. I ain't gonna ask it on here. I ain't gonna ask it. They just showed another Mark Wahlberg movie. What would I do if I was a pro sports player despite whatever the sport is? Would I stay or quit? If I'm in the if I'm a pro sports player, what you think I'm gonna do? Play the fucking sport. What you mean? Or are you saying like if they approach me about do I want to go the next level of stardom and all this other shit? Specify that shit. Cause then we can get a real answer out this question. 70-62 Blazers. 9:20 left in the third. Pushed his shit out. Yeah, he got monstered. Drew ain't been right since that nigga done goddamn deboed his shit. Okay, Jalen Green, I see you. Still don't like you foul baiting shit, but I see you. 12 for 30 from three, and we not even halfway through the third. And that's for the Blazers. That's crazy as fuck. 30 goddamn threes. Shot no good. Jalen Green, 73-64. Blazers. Grab the nigga hair. Shit. Nigga back scratched him, then pulled the nigga hair and shit. That's wild. Okay. Good turnaround. I see you. Good turnaround. Number 8. I can't pronounce your last name, but number 8. Damn, that is a crazy ass last name. Coast to coast too. 77-64. Oh, took it away. 75-64. He like he ready to crash out. This ain't the person I want to crash out. It got to be someone who I can actually pronounce their last name. Even though Dylan Brooks was involved in the play. Okay, good move. I see you. Good move, Dylan. 3 for 6 from the field, 9 points. Okay, he playing OD aggressive defense now. That's what I'm talking about. He's starting to push niggas. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Dylan. I'ma need you goddamn get on that bullshit. Sprinkling a little shit talking, we good. JVG kept saying unbelievable. He knows. Yep. That makes me realize how much I miss like that the OG NBA finals, the ESPN one at least. That crew. Holy shit. I miss that shit so much. Damn, we got Dorsberg now. At least JJ Redick ain't there, but damn. They had the perfect crew and then they fucked it up. So do I know why Super Bowl 61 is at SoFi Stadium? You got a good reason why. Let me guess, this is the World Cup. What you got? Smooth pass. Bad shot. Another brick. God damn. That man can't catch a break. Scoot airball that shit horribly. So when the NBA Finals on NBC, you know they got that iconic music. I'm glad they brought it back, but that iconic music, and I'm still not used to seeing Sunday night basketball, and it's not ESPN or TNT for that matter. Like it's just a weird, like the whole broadcast and shit. The way they done all the TV contracts and shifted everything. It's just so fucking weird. Everything NFL for the most part. You know, the additional Amazon Primes. I don't really count the Hulu shit because it still be on, the other channels and stuff. But it's weird as fuck. NBA on NBC, Amazon got basketball and shit now. College is on TNT or HBO Max, which used to be the shit that the NBA was on with the TNT. It's weird as fuck. TNT with hockey, ESPN with hockey, that ain't too weird, but still, like it's weird. Fucking ESPN with WrestleMania or WWE in general, that shit weird. First Take talking about this shit, it's weird. This nigga is cooking. I'm mad I can't pronounce his name, but he been cooking they ass for the Blazers, number 8. ABCDXYZ. I'ma call him that because I can't pronounce that nigga name. OG NBA Finals. No, I was talking about the one that had the NBA Finals back. It was Mark Jackson, Mike Breen, and JVG. NBA on NBC, it speaks for itself. And speaking of which, at some point, it's too late now. They should at least put the NBA Finals on NBA on TNT. I know it's not like your ABCs, your NBCs as far as broadcasting, but shit, bro, to have Charles, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson, Shaq, all of them for the NBA Finals, it would have been way better than the shit they got for ESPN. In the actual, post game, pre game analysis, halftime show analysis type shit. Calls though, that bang from Mike Breen, Mama, there goes that man from Mark Jackson. Hard to beat that though. The Super Bowl 61 is going to be at SoFi Stadium, so the way That way, the Rams and Los Angeles can pay off their debts from all those scripted wildfires. That's why you said it makes perfect sense. Interesting. Somehow the Lakers will win the Rocket series, setting up the Luka return. Sixers also with Embiid. Fake injuries, total soap operas. Fuck Embiid. That's all I know. Fuck that nigga. Give a shit about no Embiid. LaMelo Ball, you know what you got to do. If the Sixers beat the Magic, at least. LaMelo, you know what you got to do. When all else fails, stick your arm out like this. If you see his foot, just do what you did to Bam. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying hurt him, but if it was to happen, we ain't mad. Keep losing track of games going from ESPN, ABC, TNT. Yeah, all the streaming shit is it's a rat race. Shout out to the East of streams. But yeah, it's a fucking rat race. Every one of these, the NFL, the NBA. NBA is probably not the worst anymore. It's crazy. The NBA ain't the worst anymore. But the NFL, MLB is pretty bad. Pro wrestling or WWE specifically is the worst. But yeah, it's a lot. I'll say this though. I did notice with the Amazon Prime coverage specifically that even when teams were missing the playoffs, clearly gonna miss the playoffs, they would still at least showcase them on nationally televised games on what is that, Tuesday and Thursday or Monday, Wednesday, whatever fucking days they do that shit on Amazon Prime. They would still showcase them. Like they were showing the Wizards after the All-Star break. After the All-Star, everybody knew the Wizards was ass. They still like showed them. Showing teams we would never have seen on national TV when it was just TNT and ESPN because they was force feeding us the same shit with the Lakers, the Warriors, the I can't even say the Rockets because KD wasn't there yet. The Clippers, like the same fucking the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, the same 5-6 teams over and over and over, and then they just flip swap the matchups for the next day from TNT to ESPN to ABC back to TNT back to ESPN back to TNT. You know what I'm saying? So I will give Amazon Prime that, and it is a little bit more refreshing. Only notch was the technical difficulty, but overall though, I don't mind it, and I like Taylor Rooks a lot more than Light Bright over there on ESPN, Malik Andrews. That's for damn sure. All these reporters know it's all scripted, but they do their job just for the money. Yes, we know. But yeah, that's the beauty of it though. You get to be up close to some a sport that you might enjoy growing up. Get to see it from a different perspective than just watching it on TV, watching it on your phone and shit. Boy, that's about the second or third air ball I've seen in this goddamn game. What's good, LeBrie? What's up with you? Shout out LeBrie in the building. Said the weather can be manipulated. All those wildfires. Having LA, that was all scripted weather. Now we know what it, nigga. We know. We know. The burn patterns give it away. Fire spread in a circle. The motherfuckers had turns and lines and shit. Make sure he lands on it. It may be a different turn of events, but God knows MB heavy than the motherfucker, boy. Shit. But hey, LaMelo, you know what you got to do, man. You know what you got to do. If he too heavy to do that, I want you to reach down, pull his shoelaces. One, not even both, just one. Just pull it real quick, and then do the same thing to the other one. Then pull it real quick. That's all I'm saying. And then from there, your hands is clean from that point. If he trip and fall, that's on him. He should have tied his shoes tight. He should have double tied his shit. That's on him. We know. We already know this, fam. Said Jokic is unbelievable. You know what? That man has grown on me. I used to like. I wouldn't say couldn't stand him. I thought, man, this nigga just boring. Blah blah blah. But the more I watch him over the years, I'm like, I ain't gonna knock it. The nigga killed him with fundamentals. He reminds me of a white Tim Duncan, except obviously he make more threes, but very similar to Tim Duncan. 79-75, Blazers up with 3 minutes left in the third. But yeah, Jokic and grown on me. I ain't mad at it. It reminds me of watching. Best way to put it, it's like a nigga playing college style basketball, but at a higher level, doing it against niggas playing NBA style basketball. And actually, no, I want to see him and Wemby go at it too in a series. I would love to see that shit. I don't care who wins. I want to see that shit happen too. Put all these 7 foot niggas against Wemby, or make sure they guard each other in in a playoff matchup. I don't care if it's Kevin Durant. I don't care if it's Jokic, Chet. Fine. Yeah, obviously they in different conferences. Giannis, get the fuck out of Milwaukee. Come to the West. All these 7 foots. I want to see all of them go against Wemby at some point in the series. Said Melo, get it done. Your only hope, Melo. Only hope so that fat motherfucker can't load management again. Or actually give him a good reason to load management now. Watching Jokic score 55 live did it for you. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, he said. I don't think I've ever seen anyone have a crazy historic game like that live in basketball, at least. I seen it in college football one time. It was in a game it really shouldn't have happened. And it wasn't for a reason when like I'm gonna put it like this. It was against a team that had no business being in the game. But it was the reason, Tennessee won. But basketball, I don't think I've seen like a crazy game like that live. Mm. Tough layup. Book can't get that shit. Trying to squeeze that between two people. Nope. Not happening. Not happening, my boy. And now ABC XYZ looking confused on the call. 25 points, 3 fouls for Denny ABC XYZ. I hate foul baiting, but goddamn. Okay, D Book. Mm. Said new UT arena. What you mean? What you mean new UT arena? Yeah, I missed something. I ain't heard nothing about a new UT arena. Only thing I know is renovated football stadium, renamed basketball arena. Shit's still ugly. Renovated baseball stadium. ABC XYZ to hit another one. 83-77. 11 to 16, 27 points, 2 for 6 from the three. Cause I'm curious now. New arena. Cause part of me's automatically mad about this shit. Cause I know it's gonna be a bunch of fucking construction. If that's the case, let me see. Yeah, I don't see nothing about that shit. Let's see. Future expansion of the north end zone increased to already 101,000. Additional baseball renovations. Unless you talking about that entertainment district shit they talking about. But I don't see nothing about no new arena. Cause now I'm curious. Yeah, nah, they ain't got no new arena. They just got, let's see, major renovations. That shit's still ugly though. Just of Austin, Texas. I should see that shit. I keep hearing shit about Austin, like how that city. I know it's one of the fastest growing cities in the nation. A lot of tech stuff over there, but that's a place I do want to go to. Is Austin, Texas. See what that shit like. Cause that shit do look like it be popping. 83, 82, 25 or 23.5 seconds left in the third. We got ourselves a slobber knocker, as Jim Ross would say. 85 million in renovations. Yeah, they got a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit. Missed it. 83, 82 going to the fourth. Blazer up by Uno. But yeah, they got a lot of shit going on. That whole entertainment district. Curious to see what it looks like. But I just hate the construction part because that shit's everywhere, especially here. I fucking hate it. But I'm sure it'll look nice when it's done. But it's gonna open the door for more fucking construction because oh, we need to expand this shit past this and add more than a hotel and a merch place and bars and food place. They trying to be Nashville so bad. I hate it. Really, any city trying to expand is trying to copy Nashville's blueprint of getting bigger, and it don't work for every fucking city. That look like a bun cake. Oh, for sure. Hell yeah. Definitely, you gotta throw in. You already know you gotta throw in some bars. Definitely some food spots though. Like I want to try some Texas barbecue, like real Texas barbecue from Texas. That's what the fuck I want to. I want to try that shit. To Austin overdue for an NBA team. Nah. Texas is too crowded. You got Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. You don't need an extra one. I think other places that can use one. There's an argument for Louisville, but at the same time, I'm sure the NBA players gonna be like, man, they don't like the conditions. It's too hood. They gonna say some shit like that because Louisville is deceptively hood. Don't let that horse racing shit fool you. Louisville is hood as fuck. You take 2 blocks from Churchill Downs, immediate hood. It's like going from Metropolis to Gotham City. Shit don't make no goddamn sense. And it smell weird there too, but overall I like it, but it do kind of smell weird in some places. I'm gonna watch Floyd and Mike Tyson. I honestly forgot about that shit. I don't care to see a 50-some-year-old Floyd fight a old ass Mike Tyson. Especially if they not gonna go 100%. Like when it comes to boxing matches, it got to be advertised in front of me for me to remember that shit in more cases than not. Like if I don't turn on my TV and I don't see at the top them promoting so and so and so and so versus boxing, out of sight, out of mind. It got to be a big name fighter, and not Jake Paul. Like McGregor versus Mayweather. I'm like, okay, you got my attention. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, you got my attention. The first two times. Third time, give no fucks. They can't really hold sports teams. You look at the landscape and demographic. The skyscraper's only 10 to 15 years old. Damn. I was always under the impression that Austin, Texas was like a college town because obviously Texas is there. Longhorns. I refuse to call them UT. But I always thought college town, that's it. I was wrong. Nowhere close to college town. No, it's not. Not no more. That'd be a fucked up way to mess up Floyd's record. Still by the Suns. They got a 1 point lead now, 84-83. Start of the fourth. Damn, Gillespie, that's your second air ball, bro. What you doing? Foul, but come on. That Louisville got the worst blind corners. You could wreck your car if you're not careful. They know how to turn city streets into gangway. I didn't have any issues driving through there. Hold on one sec. Good move by Jalen. Okay. 86-83. I didn't have any issues really, drive around. I like the fact it's flat. Roads are very simple. Left, right. No, none of these windy road bullshit. Very simple. It's just, and I do like they got the light arrows. Like instead of just red, yellow, green, the shit got like arrows to tell you which direction and shit. Cause some roads could be confusing. At least in Knoxville, they got some roads. You don't fucking know if it's a one way or a two way because it be narrow as shit. And just the way you walk into them, you can't fucking tell. You don't know if a car gonna come out that bitch. They got one way tunnels. Which is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Multiple one way tunnels. So like you come into the turn, mind you, you don't know what's coming out the other side of the tunnel if it's a car or not. And God forbid it be daylight where you can't see headlights and shit. So you don't know. I'm amazed wrecks don't happen there a lot. I'm glad they don't, but it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. But Louisville, boy, they got better hot chicken than Nashville. Yeah, I said it. They got better hot chicken than Nashville. Chill people so far. Southern version of Berkeley and Cali. I ain't never been in Berkeley. They'll show you a lot of stuff, thinking Nashville, but organized. Damn. Organized. I love that shit. So it sounds like you saying like white Atlanta. Another white Atlanta at least. I don't know if Berkeley is mega white. I don't know what it's like. But that's what it sounds like. So they've been moving black people out. They stay on the north side on Lamar. Man, what's Black Ron? Black Ron, he was on a interview a couple of days ago. I never realized this, and I really didn't even think about this until he started going into detail about it. But you already know that MLK Boulevard is always in a black area in the city. He's pointing out typically on the east side. He's talking about the east side of most cities usually black. And I started thinking, I was like, the east side of most cities that I've been to usually is the worst part. Like East Chattanooga, East Knoxville, you talking about East LA. A lot of east sides of places do be on some fuck shit. And it's not every city universally, but I'm like, shit. And he was talking about how they have the black neighborhoods boxed in with the highways and how the exits, entries and exits on the highways are. They have black neighborhoods boxed in and separated for when, say, things get to a point where there's a civil war within America. How people who live in those areas, obviously black people, are gonna be they gonna be fucked essentially. And then I thought, damn, he right. And it's not just one city; it's like the whole grid system across America on how the highways are set up. Yeah, Austin, the white Atlanta, the A town, but white. I always look at Nashville that way because you look at the music influence factor of it. How you got in Atlanta, a lot of rappers obviously get big out of there. And in Nashville, a lot of people move to Nashville, the country singers, and get big out of there. They could be from the goddamn Northwest. They could be from Seattle. They moved to Nashville. Somehow they got a Southern accent and they've been there a month. You would have thought, oh, he from Nashville, Tennessee, or he claimed he is. Like how niggas would claim they from Atlanta, Usher, even though they from somewhere else because it sounds more marketable. That's how I look at it. Or you could do it like this too. Totally different cities, completely different. Memphis and Nashville. Memphis got rappers coming out. You don't really hear country singers coming out of Memphis. Nashville, opposite. You got country singers coming up, but you don't hear no rappers really coming out of Nashville in recent time. And Jelly Roll don't count. That would be San Francisco. Nah. Nah, not that aspect of Atlanta. It's just the grouping of because I know what you're getting at with that. It's the grouping of the people, of the demographic, should I say. Also, it's a tech city, yeah. I know a lot of people that moved there, got tech jobs and shit. And farmland. Okay. Mm, man. Okay, it look like somebody controlling a fucking 2K controller, bro. What the fuck? Brick. All that passing just to brick twice. Crazy. That the files got released on the 4th of July. Man, that shit is a thing of the past. All that shit got erased after the whole war shit started, bro. You notice they ain't talk about this shit no more. It was dropping names here and there, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, some more shit pop off. Gas jumps high as shit, higher than it already was. Ain't nobody talking about this shit no more. Austin's a music city. Who the fuck from Austin? I know artists from Dallas. Who the fuck from Austin? I gotta think about that one. I don't know if some of these places like I don't know if the ag count as that. I know it's like Arlington. That might not even be Austin or even close to Austin for all I know. You know why that shit ain't gonna happen, fam. You know, in this day and age in 2026 with all the, you know, you see what be happening in the schools and shit and what happened with that motherfucker in DC. Come on now. You know goddamn well that shit ain't gonna happen. You know how they feel about them celebrations of football with that shit too. Them them gestures. You already know. They ain't finna do that shit. You crazy. Dylan, what you finna do? That was the ugliest fucking three. He made it, but that shit was ugly as hell. It looked like one of them little kids shooting a three for the first time. He got 18.6 for 9, 7 rebounds. But like a little kid putting all his might into a three. The nigga kicked his leg out high as hell and everything, like he was punting the football at the same time. South City is mostly black. Shit, not South Knoxville. That shit is the complete opposite. You will find what they call that shit. I haven't thought of a word for it yet. But they got the stuff that the white people are known for liking. That's highly addicting and bad for you out there. I was gonna put it like that. You say South Atlanta, Chicago different. South side of Chicago, South Central in your town. South side is mostly black. I remember South Chattanooga used to be black. I don't know if it is anymore, but I know the East side always been black. And then they slowly shift them farther out. Like they might have been closer to the central part of the city than they push them further. At least here they push them east. I'm trying to think, is there another place like Atlanta when you talk about like character? I look at Memphis the same way. You know a Memphis nigga when you hear one. It don't take long. They ain't gotta say music. They ain't gotta say none of that shit. You automatically know. You right. You right. I know they got a good stand-up scene out there. So-called good stand-up scene is the Joe Rogan shit. All them Kill Tony people and all that shit. So they got a scene. I'm just gonna word it like that. Not my taste, but somebody like it. Boy, you trying to get a whole NBA team canceled. If they went crazy over Jaden Ivey over what he said over some religious shit and him pissing off a certain community, imagine what the fuck they would do to John Morant if he played for the Washington Bullets and started doing gun gestures. Holy shit. I didn't even read the whole shit yet. I just know that's gotta be spot on. Yeah, exactly, bro. Ain't no fucking way. $87.93. Got the Suns up 747. No plane left in the game. But yeah, they ain't doing no shit like that for the Wizards. Hell no. I know they still trying to decide what they gonna name this Vegas team. I've heard the Venom get thrown out there. They had a couple other names, but they sound more like creative team names. I was like, nah, that shit don't sound right. Vegas Venom. I mean, I guess alliteration. But you already know who the one, which team in Vegas got the most suiting name is the WNBA team, Vegas Aces. It don't get no better than that shit. Casinos, this shit writes itself. Unless they wanted to be take an unoriginal route and kind of copy it, be like the Vegas Spades or some shit. Oh, that might be too nigga for the NBA at this point. Yeah, they couldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. But Capital One Arena kind of boring. I don't recall seeing that when I went. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I did. I did see. I ain't go inside though. So John Morant's a character. I just wish he would go back to if he gonna do all this bullshit antics, nigga, hoop like you did them first couple years in the league, bro. At the least. Cause it's like him and Zion end up on the same trajectory at this point. And the biggest story was Luka taking a sabbatical after OKC gave him the. I mean, they got some here and there. They got Moxie. They got some players of personality, but it's not like it used to be. Like you got your Anthony Edwards, on the court at least. Someone like an Isaiah Stewart. You got them enforcers and shit like that. But a lot of them, yeah, they seem a little, I don't know, word, I guess, too cool for school type shit. I don't want to say too nonchalant, but they just seem too cool for school. You got Giannis, he got personality. Jokic got dry humor. Uh, Kawhi Leonard, you could actually throw him in that category. His lack of personality or whatever however you want to call it, it works because you can see the nigga is funny, even when he not trying to be. It's just the way he say shit. I remember that one interview they had like these lights, these bright ass lights in his face. He was like, "Y'all niggas shooting a movie. Goddamn, turn them shits off." He was serious, but they was laughing about this shit. I was like, I ain't never seen them get that mad. If you want to call that mad. That's too much like WNBA team. It wouldn't be the first time. I mean, you got the Minnesota Lynx, Minnesota Timberwolves. I know it's not necessarily the same animal, but they both cold weathered animals. Same city. But you got the Phoenix Mercury, Phoenix Suns, both heat related. You could do it. You could definitely do it. Hmm. Ricky, all I'm gonna say is don't run into that nigga at a bar when he pissed off. He might knock your ass out. Mm. Man, cooking. 89, 100, 636 left. 23-6 run by the Suns in the last 636. Crazy. I don't even trust Adam Silver to name him the spades. I still think they're going with the Venom. It's gonna be like the Charlotte Bobcats all over again. Like with the Bobcats, obviously there's no alliteration to go off of with that shit. And the logo and the color choice, that shit was ugly as fuck. Whatever shade of blue that was, like the orange, I guess. I like orange, but that shade of blue, that wasn't it. Them jerseys, damn sure wasn't it. I just can't take a Bobcat seriously as an NBA team. Glad they went back to the Hornets. But I can see them going with the Venom. Obviously, Seattle got to be the Sonics. Anything otherwise is just legitimate malpractice on so many levels. Mm. Brick by Booker. Everyone mock Kawhi like he's dumb, but bro was really out here robbing teams in the city of LA. I don't think anyone's ever thought he was dumb though. That's the thing. They just thought he was quiet and was always serious. That's the thing. They didn't think dude was stupid. And the crazy part about Kawhi is obviously these are regional commercials. Damn, I thought dude was finna shoot that hoe. But they pushed that out. But the thing is, it's a regional commercials. When he was playing with the Spurs, like they got their own specific commercials. Like they had a bunch of commercials with various players from Tony Parker, Manu, Kawhi, Tim Duncan, some of the bench players and stuff too. I think Boris Diaw. And in those commercials, Kawhi was showing personality, laughing, showing a sense of humor and shit like that. But since they were regional commercials, no one saw that shit. And the first time people assumed he showed it was when he was talking about I'm a fun guy and he did the laugh with the Raptors. But he been showing that shit. He's just gotten more comfortable with it over the past, I'd say about 3-ish years. I don't know if they have one out there, but I do want to hear a Kawhi Leonard podcast. Like just we just need one. We don't need a bunch. We don't need a media run. Just one. To where he got to sit down and talk for like 30, 45 minutes. He ain't got to be an hour. Just get some better, perspective. You encourage everyone to check out the Intuit. I remember you were telling me about the Intuit Dome, how cool that place was. I still can't go how big it is for an NBA arena, considering the seating capacity. It's what 19,000, give or take, but it's ginormous. Las Vegas Royal Flush. Oh, that's horrible. That would be so horrible. That would be so horrible. It's just too wordy. The Las Vegas Royal Flush is just too much. Like Arizona Diamondbacks is pushing it, but Las Vegas Royal Flush, that's too far. Actually, you know what? That's like TCU Horned Frogs. There's just too much shit going on with the name. Then I'm sound like an AAU team. I wouldn't even put that on the AAU team. That's straight created team off NBA Live at them early 2K games and shit. Probably gonna be some generic ass logo. When they need to be hitting a nigga up like me, like, hey, we need to make some cool shit. We want to make this shit pop. We need somebody to design them uniforms. They need to hit up a nigga like me, not who the fuck they got in the process for this shit, because I know this shit gonna be ugly. They might course correct after a while, but the shit gonna be ugly out the gate. You didn't know Bob. Okay, hold on, bro. How you can't start with "Don't laugh at me" and then say that shit, but you say you ain't you think a bobcat was an animal. Now the name came from when Bob Johnson from BT bought the team and named it after him. Interesting. That's very interesting. I'm not even being funny. Interesting. Crazy enough, the first bobcat I think of wouldn't even be the animal. I knew the animal exists. The bobcat like construction shit. That's the first thing that would come to my mind as a kid was that bobcat, because I had like a little toy like that with the little scoop and shit. It was like white, had the big tires and shit. I don't know what you was trying to do. You weren't trying to pass. You weren't trying to do a layup. You just ran in there crazy. 102.97, 344. But you know, you might not be far off on that. Because I want to say I've read something similar that played a role in the name was actually that too. Besides it being an animal, but it kind of worked. You know, it worked out. It wouldn't be. The Vegas Mambas, Vegas Black Mambas. Mm-mm. There gonna be some backlash immediately if that shit happen. Las Vegas strippers. Hold up. What's homeboy who played for the Spurs, Cornette? Nah, he'd have a whole long paragraph tweet about how this is disempowering the women and all this other shit, boy. So he thought it was because of Bob Cousy. Damn. No, that shit funny. What's good with you, man? He said you can see Anthony Edwards going to his hometown team, the Hawks. Hey, man, that'd be dope. That'd be cool. Real ATL nigga in that motherfucker too, boy. The Vegas Centers. Yeah, not the worst. Said the Los Angeles strippers. There are too many things that rhyme with clippers and strippers. We could keep going on other things. What's it been about? Almost 15 years since the old racist white dude's gone. I'm sure he called it the Los Angeles niggas at one point to other owners and shit. He ain't called the Clippers. He was like, yeah, the LA niggas. Mm-hmm. Thought the Bobcats was sponsored by Bobcat Equipment. That's a missed opportunity if they didn't have a sponsorship for real. That shit writes itself. Now think about it. Bumble not sponsoring the Hornets. Missed opportunity. Big missed opportunity. Oh yeah, hell no. Mm-mm. It goes against Adam Silver's whole thing. It goes against, you know, it would sound a lot different if you had Pride Night at a strippers game. I'm just gonna say. Imagine them advertising that shit in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas strippers are taking on, I don't know, the Phoenix Suns, and it's Pride Night. Think about that. 105, 102, 247 Suns up by tres. Jeremy Grant got 11 points, 3 for 10 from the field. 13-5 run, last 348. I still forgot Jeremy Grant was even in the league still. Oh, he tried to go for the craziest oop. Really want to put that man on a poster. Could there be backlash from religious groups? Absolutely. I think they'd be more worried. Is it another NBA player who gonna speak out and say some shit? Or is it fans? Because if it's just fans, they don't give a shit. If it was players, it's like, oh, we got to blackball another one. Time to cut him for no fucking reason. One-point game, 105, 104, 229 left. That boy, that's an illegal screen if I've ever seen one from Jalen Green. That nigga extended his arm, his elbow, and everything. That nigga stiff arm his shit. He said, "Get the fuck out my way, nigga." Foul on ABC XYZ. Missed the free throw. First one. It's crazy as hell to me that Splitter is a coach, though. The Splitter's like 7 feet tall, bro. Imagine your head coach being taller than you. And on top of that, you on the team, you like 6'8". This nigga 7 feet tall. You still gotta look up to him. That's crazy. See what Drew doing? Are they passing that motherfucker? XYZ to pass it in the corner for the three. Blazers took a 1-point lead, 153. Jeremy Grant with the trace. 18-6 running last 4:35. The fuck? Okay, look like they just not even trying to score on this possession. Halftime would be called showtime. Yeah, they halftime shows would be crazy. And they can pull from so many different things. They in Vegas, bro. Everybody live in hotels right down the street. You get one of them EDM DJs in there one night if you want to. Get some strippers another night. No, okay, maybe not strippers. You know what I'm saying? They goddamn do it if they wanted to. Oh shit! I still immediately thought of that reel you sent me. That shit funny as hell. It was another show he was at. It might have been the same show when he was at Auburn turning up to his old shit. That crowd was lit too. Had it been our age group. Got ourselves a defensive stop by Phoenix with a minute left. 108, 107. Phoenix still about one. See what D Book do. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. He tried to hit the Kobe turnaround fader. Nope. He might have been your favorite player, but nigga, you ain't playing like him. This I'm gonna have to learn how to pronounce this dude's name now. Number 8, ABCXYZ. That nigga been hooping. Went through contact for the finish. Got a little assistance on the roll in. Talking about that's a foul. Raising hell, boy. I don't know what country he from, but boy. Hey, he ain't gonna be ABCXYZ for long. I know what you talking about. I know exactly what you talking about. That shit would be crazy. Cause you know they already got some crazy shit. But that shit would be wild as fuck. Cause I can see them doing that, and at the same time they have what's in that Red Panda, Red Dragon, chick on the goddamn. unicycle with the stick holding the plates and shit, juggling and somehow not dropping them. They can have all type of wild shit. They probably have 3 acts at once. They have Cirque du Soleil, Red Dragon, Red Panda, whatever her name is. Then they had the dude who be stacking those chairs for no fucking reason. Stacking the hell. I don't hope he falls. I really don't. I'll be nervous as hell. I'm like, he all right, bro? Cause like you get to a certain point when you stacking them chairs. We're about 8 of them. It's like, ain't no way whoever's handing them chairs, he ain't gonna slip and fall. But apparently he's never fucked up. He's never fallen. Hope that's not announced, Gene, but he's never fallen. But it'd be a legitimate circus in that motherfucker at halftime. Good pass by Booker. Good bounce pass. And one on the play. The masked man with the land. 1 point lead, Suns. I think of the meme machine from Longest Yard when I see that name. Man, they didn't cook this night. I ain't gonna lie. I'll give them their props on this one. They've been cooking tonight. We don't necessarily need overtime, but hey, I give you your props. Magic Sixers. I don't care what y'all do with that series. Y'all can get that shit. It could be a blowout for all I care. I could care less about the Suns, or not the Suns, but the fucking Sixers and the Magic. Denny. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. So yeah, Denny ABC XYZ. If the Blazers win, he gonna be the player of the game. $38. Hmm. Plays for a suiting city. Very suiting city. You can say he could blend right in. One ten, 109, 31.1 seconds left in the game. Portland with the inbound. Let's see what you're cooking up. So they're holding the ball, and this bitch run down for a minute before they actually start running the set play. Okay, he get into the hoop. And one. And 1 point lead currently for the Blazers. Dame wearing a 24 jersey. I didn't get a good look at what team that 24 jersey was. Looked like a football jersey or some fashion shit. But I'll give you this. ABCXYZ, boy, he is not afraid of contact. Cause damn near this whole game, every time he done drove to the basket, he neither got around the defender, he going straight up into that motherfucker. Is that a Nick? That ain't a Nick Chubb jersey, I know. Nah, that ain't. He ain't had no logos on there. Dylan Brooks got that look in his eyes. He got that look like he finna crash out on a nigga. 2 point game, 16.1 seconds left in the game. Timeout. You already know they got to advance the ball, all that good shit. So when am I going live again? It was not Wednesday, but it should be Thursday. And then I still gotta do my WrestleMania preview and thoughts, which at the rate it's going, I already have a feeling I know how that's gonna turn out. Played point guard on it to get that and one. Yeah, that's a tough motherfucker. I give him that. Nigga was hooping. Nigga been hooping the whole game. That's a tough son of a bitch. It's a shame he played for Portland though, like a forgotten ass NBA team. Dylan Brooks still mean mugging. D Book, 13 left on the clock. Jalen Green, brick. Portland got the rebound. Drew passes it up. They can't foul yet. Yam, 0.6 left. What's the spread? Hold up. What's that motherfucking spread? 114, 110 final. What's that goddamn spread? Oh shit. 2.5. 2.5 minus 2.5. They cover that motherfucker. That's a over. That's funny as shit. They ain't even really need that last one, but they petty ass shit, bro. Boy, I tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'm glad I ain't seen this shit in overtime. It's almost one. People still remember the Blazers. Who the fuck? Ain't nobody really talking about the Blazers like that, bro. People haven't talked about the Blazers in a serious basketball conversation, or even, hey, did you see the Blazers? Since Damian Lillard was there the first time around. After that nigga left, nobody gave a fuck about the Blazers. Hell, that even applies to this year before this game. Nobody was talking about the Blazers like that. It's been on the Thunder, the Spurs, Lakers by default, Knicks by default, Celtics, Warriors because they got Steph Curry, Rockets, Kevin Durant been in the news all the goddamn time this year. Nothing or shit. The Hornets for their little hot streak. Nothing about the Blazers. I always forget the Magic are in the league. Always. That Blaze won without Dame. They didn't win all the games without Dame, nigga. What you mean? The only thing Dame won was a 3-point contest. This nigga getting participation awards and shit now. I'm curious how he gonna play when he come back though. Are we just gonna get a fully washed Damian Lillard where it's like, damn, it's kind of sad seeing this nigga hoop now? Or are we gonna get, oh shit, he got a solid year? You know, I ain't even even say solid. I'm gonna say all-star year. Are we gonna get an all-star Dame Lillard? It's gonna be some Steph Curry type shit. Where Steph Curry gets hurt, he come back, he can drop 30 on your head, snap of a finger. We shall see though. We gonna have to wait some months for that shit. But yeah, the Blazers, they got the win over the Suns. Tomorrow they got Sixers, Magic, Clippers, speaking of which, Warriors. That game should be good, that Clippers Warriors game. If they know what's up, they gonna make that shit close. Obvious reason why. Make that shit come down to Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry. I don't care who wins, but you know what you need to do. Again, Adam Silver, don't you fuck this up. Because you have a very high propensity of fucking shit up at the most important time. And it's been going on for over 10 years. So don't fuck this up. Blazers got veteran point guards. You see why old dude playing point and took that go ahead bucket. Yeah, he can go coast to coast on him for sure. Coast to coast. I still can't ignore how Drew Holiday got Debo though. Even though they won, that shit was egregious. But I'm finna slide them out of here. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Again, we're gonna be back on Thursday for the next play. Is it Thursday, Friday? Oh yeah, they like the. Oh, correction, Friday. Friday. So they got the Hornets versus TBD and another TBD as of right now. So yeah, stay tuned for that shit. Y'all have a good night. Say no to drugs. Wear condoms. All that good stuff. LaMelo Ball, you know what you need to do if you cross paths with Joel Embiid. You already know. Just do that. If he look like he about to fall, just do that. Whatever happens afterwards is what happens.